Now moving to the inside, it's very similar to the Creta in terms of design. The dashboard is the same. What's different are the color combinations, again to give it that more premium look.
What colors do you choose for premium look now?
Tan. I love tan, so I'm not going to complain. So they've gone with the tan and black combination for the seats, the dashboard, and it works. It does look more premium, but the design is largely the same. The only thing that's really changed is at the center console now they have more touch controls for the air conditioning system, which were physical, those chunky buttons that they had on the Creta, which weren't very cool looking. Here they've got the touch. I don't know if it's really an improvement.
Yeah, because I remember when we last dealt with touch buttons was on your Compass versus Harrier story.
Yeah.
And you said that touch buttons didn't make any sense because you have to keep looking at it to adjust it, whereas you can have muscle memory with a button.
Correct. So that, I mean, in a way, it's a better from an aesthetic standpoint, but from a utility standpoint, it's not that great. So they've done those kind of modifications. It's got more features. It's got powered driver's seat, powered passenger seat. You get dual zone climate control. The front seats were always ventilated. Now you also get the rear seats with the ventilation function.
On the top models, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that would be on the top models. And that's a feature that's only offered by the Safari in the second row.
Got it.
So this is a special feature that they've gotten there. The driver's seat also gets 2 memory settings. So very convenient. You have the welcome function. You open the door, the seat slides back. You get in. So that sense of lavishness over the Creta, they have managed to.
Does it speak to you when you're doing all of this?
No, thankfully no. No such stuff.
Thank you, Korea.
When you get inside, you get that, and this is of course going to be for the higher variants where you get all these features.
Sure.
And you get that sense of welcome. The big change here is as soon as I got into the backseat, and again we asked somebody to drive us around. Thank you for that. And as soon as I sat in there, you know what went off in my head? I know these seats.
Oh no, really?
I know these seats. They reminded me straight up of the Carens seats.
Well, it's a good place to start because the Carens has very good seats.
Fantastic.
Very
because
nice.
that back seat, you know why I remember it? Is the one instance where I've sat in the second row and said, this is a lot of under thigh support. Like I'm not very tall. So if it's a lot means I'll feel it immediately.
Sure.
So my feet, you don't have to push them forward at all. You're here. You're sitting like armchair type. It's that much
Very nice.
support. So immediately my thought went that these are like the Carens. And which is great, which means you're sitting higher up. So that sense of being cooped in has gone.
Right.
You have the same sun blinds as before, and also all those things are there. But just by virtue of you sitting higher up and the seats being more comfortable for you, it's so much more enjoyable. And the plus to that is because of the scooped out spaces, the you sitting higher up, and now it also gets an extendable under thigh support. Not like the
not a cut.
Not cut. This just goes further,
Right.
which means 6-footers will be more comfortable here as well now.
Right. Yeah.
It's changed. So in terms of how much knee room you have, it's not tremendous. It's okay.
But what it has, it makes very good
But
use of.
now it uses it very well. So even a 6-footer can sit here for a longer time and be comfortable.
So if you're using your new Alcazar as a voice-operated vehicle, you'd be in a position of authority straight away because of the seat. Oh, I should have used that in the quick summary. This is too early.
Okay. So they have optimized what they had much better now.
Right.
So as a backseat experience, this is now working. Is it still a lavish backseat? No, but it's a far more useful backseat.
So if I were to summarize, you're basically saying versus the old Alcazar, vast improvement. Versus the competition, there is still room to improve further.
Right.
Okay.
So like if I have to directly compare it to the Carens, I think the Carens gives you a better sense of space.
Is the Carens the all-white interior only because that's the only color I have ever seen on a Carens?
No, I think they have other finishes as well.
In which also it feels that kind of spacious and welcoming? Okay.
Because see, it's a longer wheelbase. So they've stretched the wheelbase of the Creta to create the Alcazar.
Right.
Kia took that, stretched it further to the max that was possible, and then created the Carens. So it just has a bit more sense of space to it.
Understood.
It's also a taller car. So you do get a greater sense of space in that. Those aspects, yes, there is a difference. But functionally, is it better? Somebody asked me, is it improved? And I said, yeah, it's improved. Actually, that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
It was a weak product. They've improved it where it now becomes the utility is better. It is a more comfortable car to travel in the second row and even in the third row.
I've been told I'm too jocular in these calls to actions. Have to be very serious about this. So I'm glad you enjoyed this clip. I hope you've liked. I hope you've shared. I hope you've subscribed. And what I'm hoping for is now you'll come to our main channel, MotorInc. This video is a clip from one of our much longer videos where we discuss this idea in great detail. Come and watch it there with us, and then you'll find me there on the other side asking you for more likes, shares, and subscribes there. Oh no, I'm supposed to be serious. Apologies.